But I think we're right on the edge of it, right on the cusp of a big change.
I think you guys just became best friends, basically. This is my husband, Ken, by the way. His first junket. You don't care about any of this stuff, but when you heard I was talking to Ewan McGregor and CHARLEY BOORMAN, you said, hey, I'll come downstairs into the garage and join you.
I think this thing was fascinating. Those guys, I have to admit, what they did was pretty impressive. They took on, can I talk about Rivian? Two brand new technologies, brand new bikes with Harley electric bikes, and Rivian's first two prototype trucks, 13,000-mile journey from the tip of Argentina to Los Angeles. Lots of issues, lots of hurdles to get over. I was fascinated to see how this is going to work.
First of all, congratulations on this. I'm a big fan of friends reconnecting, but this was just a daunting task. What were you guys most nervous about? And Ewan, I'll start with you.
Well, we've done two big trips in the past. We went round from London to New York, riding east in 2004, and then we rode from the top of Scotland to Cape Town, down through the African continent in 2007. So we weren't so nervous about the actual, the actual journey of it all. But this time we decided to go on electric motorcycles, and so that became quite daunting because there's no infrastructure really in South America for electric vehicles, at least not in the countryside, of which there's 98% of it was. So that became our sort of daunting part of it, was how are we going to charge these bikes? And but it also became the exciting part of it. And it was quite thrilling. I mean, it had a different flavor, the trip, because of the electric bikes. It had a different pace. But in actual fact, the pace sort of lent itself to this kind of, we weren't going to go and race from point A to point B. That wasn't the plan. And in fact, the electric bikes sort of force you to take your time a bit more. And it's quite it's silent. There's no vibrations. It's a very peaceful way of traveling. It's lovely.
Well, CHARLEY, that kind of leads me to you because, I didn't realize how threatening some of the accidents that you have been in were. So my big concern was, oh God, please don't be bumpy for CHARLEY. I mean, were you nervous? I can't believe you even did this. I mean, I get it, but were you nervous at all about just your health?
It was such a long recovery for me to get back to a point where we could do the trip, and when Ewan and I met up, and I was still slightly broken, we started thinking about doing another trip, and I think that really spurred me on to get fit enough to be able to do this trip, and I still have some lingering injuries, but it's fine. I think the only time where I think both of us were a little nervous of the whole thing was when we were in Bolivia, and it was a really challenging part of the world. I mean, it was all deep sand and real big ruts and corrugation and stuff. And I think there were definitely times there where both of us had a couple of spills, and we were both looking at each other thinking, right, Christ, this is really pushing the limits. And then you're sitting there in the middle of nowhere and just being battered along, and then realizing that we're on electric Harley Davidson motorcycles. And we're in the middle of the desert at 15,000 feet or 13,000 feet, cruising along and hopefully heading to a place where there was electricity, because when you looked in front of you, there was nothing there. So that was the only time.
I have to bring in my husband. I like to call him MacGyver. This is Ken. He was fascinated by the electric stuff. I'm actually in my bike jacket.
Hi, Ken.
And you had some questions just about the electric stuff.
Well, just as a side note, Tara bugs me all the time about coming to junkets with her. And it's usually LA or London or New York. To be able to come to a junket in my garage, perfect. Anyway, you guys, what you did was amazing. And I'm either in a pickup truck or on a motorcycle. So as soon as I heard about this, I wanted to watch it. And I think it's going to appeal to a lot of people similar to me. I've got a quick question for you guys. You guys now know more about electric trucks and motorcycles than probably just about anybody on the planet. How long do you think it'll be before we're mainstream, we're in electric pickup trucks and electric motorcycles? How long is that going to take?
I think it's soon. I mean, I think it's in the next, petrol stations, or there'll be new electric charging stations where where there's shops attached. I think there'll be there'll be like the petrol station has become over the last 100 years. I think there'll be electric charging stations where you can plug in and there'll be a cafe or a shop, or you can go and, so the infrastructure will change and the charging will become quicker and the mileages will expand. And we're just right on the cut. I mean, most of the electric bikes, I think at the moment, are all around the 100-mile range. If you're riding it on a highway, it's probably 80, 90 miles. If you're riding it in town, you can get 120, 130 miles. And for most of us riding on a daily basis, that's enough, to commute on an electric bike is really fun. It's so much faster than a petrol bike off the start. And people don't know what you're on. Like there's no noise or there's a sort of noise. And so you sort of turn heads, and it is really fun to ride in a city, in a town, on your daily commute, and you're not polluting, and it's a satisfying thing to charge it at night. I never missed the noise of it. It didn't bother me on a 13,000-mile ride. It's quite nice that it doesn't make a loud noise. You're not having to put earplugs in every day, and so it's really exciting. I think it's exciting, and I think a lot of people who feel like they're going to miss the electric, the petrol driven experience, just have to have a go on one and see. I mean, I haven't sold all my petrol bikes. I love my petrol bikes and I love my electric bikes. So, there's room for both, I think. But I think we're right on the edge of it, right in the cusp of a big change.
I think you guys just became best friends, basically. I know they're rapping me. They're going to kill me. I can't thank you enough. What did you think? You love this. You've only seen 3 episodes.
I need to see the rest.
Yeah, we need to see the rest for sure.
There's so much more to come.
Nice to meet you guys.
Cheers,
I
man.
can't wait.
Thank you so much. That's nice.
You guys are welcome in Arizona or Oregon anytime. You can ride with him and his great buddies. They're all big, huge motor guys.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Stay safe. I thought that was a great question about how far away we are from getting this stuff in actuality where it works.
I can't wait to get an electric motorcycle.
Uh-oh, I think we have enough. Maybe not.